Why is it that you can spend 5 hours staring at a textbook, yet feel like a blank slate the next morning? It's not a lack of intelligence, it's a failure of retention strategy. Most students suffer from the forgetting curve, a psychological phenomenon where we lose 70% of new information within 24 hours. Today, we are diving deep into the psychology of memory. We've filtered the most powerful ancient secrets from Japan and China to help you unlock elite discipline and a sticky memory. Let's fix your brain's leaky bucket. In Japan, top achievers don't just start studying, they practice a focus statement ritual. Memory begins with encoding. If your mind is cluttered with stress or social media noise, the recording button in your brain never stays pressed. By closing your eyes and stating a specific intention, like, "I will understand the mechanism of cell division," you are activating your selective attention. This creates a mental folder where new data can be stored securely, preventing the vague fog that causes forgetfulness. Why do we forget formulas but remember movie scenes? Because the brain speaks in images. Chinese and Japanese students use grid recall and visual stories for complex characters. The reason you struggle to remember is that you're trying to memorize meaningless text. To fix this, use elaborative rehearsal. Turn a history date into a vivid image or a math formula into a physical shape. When you attach an abstract concept to a visual anchor, you involve the visual cortex, making the memory twice as hard to lose. Japanese toppers don't just reread, they rewrite 5 times, each time in a different style. Rereading is a fluency illusion. You think you know it because it looks familiar, but it's not in your long-term memory. By rewriting a concept as a diagram, then a story, then a simplified explanation, you are performing synaptic strengthening. This physical motion and mental shifting force the information to move from your short-term RAM into your long-term hard drive. A full cup cannot receive tea. An ego-driven mind cannot receive knowledge. Psychology shows that anxiety is the #1 enemy of memory. When you worry about grades or being perfect, your brain releases cortisol. Cortisol literally shuts down the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. By practicing the empty cup mindset, you lower your stress levels, allowing your hippocampus to function at 100% capacity. You don't have a bad memory, you have a stressed mind. In elite Chinese schools, the 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. block is sacred. 0 distractions. Pure focus. This isn't just about discipline, it's about memory consolidation. Studying consistently at the same time every night builds a circadian trigger. Furthermore, reviewing right before the brain enters sleep cycles allows the brain to replay and solidify that information overnight. Ritualized discipline is the only way to turn temporary facts into permanent wisdom. But there is one final piece to the puzzle of why we forget: the emotional filter. Ancient scholars didn't just study with their logic, they studied with their heart. Modern psychology calls this emotional salience. Your brain is a master at deleting boring information to save energy. If you approach a subject with resentment or boredom, your brain flags it as trash and deletes it during sleep. To bypass this, you must use the curiosity flip. Before you read a single page, ask yourself one how or why question that genuinely interests you. This simple act of curiosity releases dopamine, which acts like a highlighter for your memory, telling your brain, "This matters, don't delete this." Furthermore, we must talk about the sleep memory bridge. Most students pull all-nighters, but science shows that the hippocampus requires REM sleep to move data into long-term storage. When you skip sleep, you aren't just tired, you're literally erasing the work you just did. To be a topper, you must treat your sleep as the final stage of your study session. You don't learn while you study, you learn while you sleep based on what you studied. Mastery is a 24-hour cycle. Respect the rest, and you will retain the best. Forgetfulness is a habit, but so is mastery. Stop fighting your brain and start working with it. Use these 5 secrets to turn your study sessions into a ritual of growth. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which secret will you unlock first. Stay disciplined.